Hopefully the next challenge has water involved.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Simran and I were talking in front of the challenge, in front of the camera, and she's like, there's poop on your shirt. And we really thought it was like a rat poop or something, but it was just a chocolate chip from there.
I was sad that Lauren went home, but I'm glad it wasn't me. And I voted for Lauren because there's no point in voting against Lauren for Brooklyn because that just puts a bigger target on my back.
I mean, I think it's clear that we have to vote Bailey off next.
Yeah, here I can.
Because regardless,
I definitely think one of us can win.
And
with
also,
your new life that you have.
Thank you. And like my issue is that the entire jury is her tribe, and so if she made it to the final two, they would like 100% vote her to win just because they hate us.
Yeah.
Like I just feel they just seem like those type of people.
Definitely.
Okay,
They're very
that's good.
petty.
Last tribal council was very nerve-wracking because Bailey has been throwing around my name this whole time.
So I think we just have to stick to the plan.
Yeah.
And like one of us just has to win, and then we just vote her out. And even if she wins, oops, like we just can't let her win.
Yeah.
Simran and I talked strategy, and I think we were being genuine, but like, I'm not sure. I guess you want to work multiple angles, but I was just saying that, like, if someone besides Brooklyn wins the final three challenge, that we should not vote Brooklyn in because she would win.
So vote Brooklyn out.
Yeah, maybe.
In this challenge?
Either in this one or the next one.
So it's me this time. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah. Getting back, of course, it's like a little bit of hostility. Like, not hostility, but it's like tension because Bailey just kind of assumed she was going. And I like felt like at that point it wasn't doing anyone a service to lie to her. So I just told her the complete truth of our strategizing and why, such as we felt like if she got in the final two, she would possibly win because Solana makes up most of the jury. We discussed putting you in the final three, but we thought if you got in the final two, since everyone on the tribal council is your ex-tribe, that you would probably win.
I just kind of figured it was me at this point. I knew like when Talie was voted off, I like voted in your favor to get to this point. But then I knew at this point, like, unless I won immunity, that it would be me.
You could still win immunity, girl.
Yeah, I could really pull it out. I don't know.
Like, I
There's
feel
always
like
that possibility.
Yeah, like I feel like at this point, like a lot of it's luck, and people have come to underestimate you.
Yeah, I just knew it was gonna be me next, and that there was no point in me trying to have other conversations with them. I did have a conversation with Joe, and he did say something like, oh, if we brought you to like the final two, we would assume that the original Solana tribe would vote for you. So he was pretty honest about it, but it wasn't like, they weren't being like rude at all. They were just, we all knew.
So, I think our best play still is to go with Brooklyn and just...
Like, vote Bailey out?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
And to just hope that one of us wins the challenge, and if either of us win the challenge, we should vote for each other because...
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, because...
Brooklyn would win.
Yeah, she would just
heartbeat.
win like that.
So I think... yeah. This is so nasty, but no. Because I think my best bet, and I think Joe thinks this too, is to take each other to final council simply because the jury is going to be comprised of majority Solana tribe members, and they already have a connection with Bailey. They probably understand that she's been a pivotal part in all of the plays, and so they're going to be respecting her gameplay. Whereas with Joe and I, it's going to be a toss-up because they don't know what went on in our tribe, and we've won the same amount of challenges. I feel like we kind of have a similar style of playing. And so I think taking him with the final 2 seed is going to be my best bet at victory.
Come on in, guys. you ready to get to our next individual immunity challenge? All right, first things first, Simran, gotta take it back. Thank you very much. Immunity, back up for grabs. For today's challenge, you are going to put as much water into your mouth as you can, and you are going to traverse an obstacle course. When you get to the other end, you are going to spit the water into a pipe and continue doing this until a bag of puzzle pieces is peeking out of the top of your pipe. Once you've reached that point, you will grab the bag, go to the table, and solve the popsicle stick puzzle. First person to finish wins immunity, guaranteed a 1 in 3 chance of becoming the sole survivor. Worth playing for?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you a minute to get ready, and then we'll get started. All right, 4 immunity and a spot in the final 3. Survivors ready? Go! Bailey gets water in her bucket, spins 3 times, starting through the cone. Joe, Simran, and Brooklyn starting through the cone. Bailey falls off. Bailey just to the beginning of the blocks if you fall off. Simran and Joe get to their bucket. Brooklyn had to go back to the blocks. Bailey spits into her bucket. Brooklyn falls off the blocks again. Joe and Simran got more water in their mouths. Bailey's heading back with more water in her mouth. Bailey and Joe back for their second trip with water. They're filling up their pipe. Simran's back with more. She's filling up her pipe. Brooklyn having some more trouble, heading across the blocks now. Brooklyn's across. Bailey's across. They're spitting more water in. Simran's across. Joe's across, getting more water in his bucket. All survivors starting to fill up their tubes with water. Bailey spits some out, but misses the tube with some of it. Joe's going very quickly across the course. He's a ton of water out, but he's choking some of it up. Simran and Bailey back with more water. Bailey does not seem like she's having a good time. Joe's going very quickly.
Hunter.
Bailey falls off her blocks again. Everyone's starting to slow
Hunter.
down a little bit. Joe, you're good. Take your puzzle. Go. Joe's first one on this puzzle, way ahead of everybody. Oh, Simran has a big spill, coughing up all of her water.
I'm good.
Brooklyn's struggling going over the blocks. She makes it, getting more water in there. Bailey and Simran back on the blocks. Bailey makes it across, getting water in her tube. Simran as well. No, I gotta get it above the tube. Bailey's very close to getting one more good trip and she'll be on the puzzle with Joe. Brooklyn has to start her blocks over. Bailey's preparing. Simran's coughing up a lot of water. Looks like she's about to puke. That's good, Bailey's on the puzzle. Bailey has caught up with Joe. Simran and Brooklyn are struggling a little bit more. Neither of them very close. Joe working on the puzzle alongside Bailey. Simran and Brooklyn chilling out at the beginning of the course. Not feeling great about running around with water in their mouths. Bailey's moving very quickly. Bailey's working on her puzzle, making a lot of ground. Simran back getting more water. Simran's good. Simran can start on her puzzle.
This is the nastiest thing I've ever done. Including the beans.
Brooklyn is not quite there yet. Dead last. Bailey very close. Joe very close. All it takes is one piece in the wrong spot.
Hunter. No, Hunter.
Brooklyn's good. Brooklyn can start on the puzzle.
Hunter.
Bailey thinks she has it. She does. Bailey wins immunity. Bailey, congratulations. Come on up, get immunity. Bailey, immune from the vote tonight at Tribal Council, guaranteed a spot in the final 3. How does it feel?
I'm really proud of myself because it's obvious that I would have been the vote tonight. So I'm really proud of myself for like digging in and winning it.
Thank you, Bailey. Simran, Brooklyn, Joe, I got nothing for you, and one of you will be the next person voted out in Survivor Oregon. Grab your stuff, and I'm back to camp. I'll see you in a little bit.
Like, no matter what we do, kind of gonna suck. We're gonna be really sad, but like,
For sure.
also proud. Like,
Dude, we did that though. Like we went from being down, what was it, 3-7, 3-6, to literally being 3-1.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Like,
yeah.
comeback story. Like, I'm really proud of all 3 of us just managing to get this far, considering how we started out with all the stuff that went down and kind of the disadvantage at the merge, and you know the fact that we were able to stay this long is really impressive, and I'm really proud of everything we've done.
Honestly, yeah. Like, I can't really find a way to be mad like this.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like I wish it wasn't this, but like you can only ask for so
it
much.
could have been so much worse. And
For sure.
The challenge sucked. I hated it. Yeah. I knew I wasn't going to do good at it. And then I was hoping that Joe would win. And then Bailey won, which kind of messed everything up.
Okay, guys, let's draw straws for who talks to her in which order. So, how are we gonna do this?
Long straw?
Or we can just pick a bunch of grass and like mash it around, put our blindfolds on, and whoever has the longest blade.
Yes. Okay. Grab a handful.
We wanted to be really fair to each other, so we came up with the plan that we were gonna each just get one chance to talk one-on-one with Bailey and not like scheme with the other, like scheme in groups of 3. So then we blindfolded ourselves and drew blades of grass to see what order we would go in. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, grab. And
Wait! I didn't get it. I choose this one. Okay.
No, I got 2.
Is the short one first? Because I think that's me.
We're like,
I think yours is longer. Okay, first, second, third.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, it's sad, but like, I didn't expect the 3 of us to make it to this point, honestly. Like, I'm proud of us. I'm proud of all of us, and whoever it is, we're all playing to win, so I'm gonna play to win myself, you know, and I expect them to do the same. I wouldn't want anyone to do any less. So our plan that we came up with, like to be fair to each other, was we were all just gonna talk to you one-on-one.
Yeah.
And we just drew straws for the order. So Simran's gonna talk to you first.
Okay.
Then Brooklyn, then me. So we thought we would do the camera in me first, then Simran, then Brooklyn.
I love that. Like, honestly, like, that's really fair to all of you guys. And, like again, like, props to you guys for, like, making it all together, like, this far. I'm really proud of myself for winning. As soon as you said Bailey has it, I almost started crying because it's obvious I was the first one out for all of the challenges, immunity challenges. So to win this one was really important because I knew that I would be the next vote out, and because I just finally won an immunity challenge. So I was proud of myself.
I feel like the choice is obvious. I feel like Brooklyn. Joe and I were like, I don't know, Brooklyn wants to vote Joe. But I'm like, I don't see what that would accomplish because I'm sure you want to vote her out. I think Joe and I want to vote her out because she's obviously, like, it's not even, I feel like the rest of us are fairly comparable because now we've each won one challenge.
Yeah.
You know, and like, as far as the tribes go, like, I don't know, strategy, we've all kind of had the same role in the moves, but she's won probably 2 challenges. She's played the idol, which is the biggest move in the game. Like, that that council was the biggest council.
Yeah, like, yeah, my vote's gonna go towards Brooklyn tonight.
With Bailey has told me straight up that Brooklyn is her pick, and then I can do whatever I want with that information. So I don't see any benefit in just making it a tie for no reason. I also see truly no benefit in keeping Brooklyn when it comes to personal game, because she's going to be any single one of us if it comes down to final two. Whereas with Joe, I feel like it's a bit more of a toss-up on what the jury's going to think have been stronger moves. I just don't see what voting Joe would accomplish.
Yeah,
I really don't.
and like, it's part of the game of like going for your individual game, but then also being respectful and like a nice person. But so I'll be doing that. And it's not anything personal.
Yeah.
It's physical excellency, a
Exactly.
personal trait.
No,
I
she's
don't know,
just,
but-
she's played the game so well.
Yeah,
And,
and,
like,
like,
she should be insanely proud of, I think she's
Yeah.
played by far the best
Yeah.
game.
I want to vote out Brooklyn tonight. She poses such a physical threat and a strategic threat, because I feel like some people underestimate her and have underestimated her. Like, I just like want to be like honest, and you probably know that I did put your name out there in the last tribal, but like I will be voting for you tonight, and I'm like sorry, like I genuinely am. I'm so crying. Like, I hope you don't take it personally.
Because I know it's going to be me tonight. Because Bailey literally just told me that she's going to vote for me no matter what. So, that's cool.
I figured that, but I was like,
Okay, like, yeah, tell me.
Simran, like, she told me that you brought up my name.
Yeah.
Like, she told me everything that you would say.
I'm not surprised.
And, like, she's, like, I think she's just as much of a threat as I am, because she's socially closer with, like, everyone else.
Yeah.
Because me, like, I've won 2 immunity challenges, but, like, I've only really been close with those 2.
Yeah.
I don't really have a connection with anyone on the jury. She has won one, and she is, like, very social and likable.
I told her, like, Simran is, like, just as big as a threat as I am. And I think I gave her, like, something to think about, but I still think she won't budge.
And so, like, she's just, like, kind of using me as, like, a shield, I feel like, right now, because people have been saying I'm such a big threat.
Yeah.
But, like, once I'm gone, if she wins, like, immunity tomorrow, like, she'll take Joe, and then she'll win.
That's true. You make very valid points. Oh my gosh. This is hard.
I mean, I'm not feeling great about the vote tonight. Like, I have a little bit of hope, but I'm pretty sure I know the outcome.
So you talked to Bailey,
Yeah.
and she told me that she's voting for you. I'm
Same.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, like, the only reason you're going to be voted out is because you played by far the best game out of anyone here. Like, you definitely deserve to win. And that's it's stupid that that's what the game is. Like, you take out the people that deserve to win, and you reward mediocrity, but, like, that's Survivor, I guess.
I'm like super torn, but I'm not. Like, I'll just be like completely honest and just say I'm not leaning one way or the other right now. Like, I just, like, I don't, like, yeah, I just don't want to make a promise that I'm gonna like go back on.
Yeah.
But like, it's not like the other ones where it's like super team cohesion. I don't think. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like, yeah, either
Okay. Then
like anyone
I think I'm gonna vote Simran.
today,
Yeah.
and then
Brooklyn will vote Simran, and
I'll vote someone.
yeah.
Okay.
But I know that, like, you said that Brooklyn was you thought was more of a challenge, but, like, if you think about it, she told me this herself, that, like, yeah, she's a physical challenge or threat, but, like, her social game wasn't as
Yeah.
best as
Yeah. I'm thinking to vote out Brooklyn because I think she is probably the biggest physical threat. So I think she would be an easy target for trying to get Bailey to agree on that fact.
after talking with, like, Joe and stuff, like, I did decide I'm gonna vote you tonight.
Why?
I'm sorry. Because you're a physical and a social threat. And we have been aligned and everything, which is
But I wouldn't beat you. That's why I'm confused.
I think, no, I honestly think that you would. Because I've been in multiple conversations where Simran is a social threat, and Kody wanted to work with you, and all of this stuff, and still there's no guarantee that original. Oh yeah. Let me know what you're thinking.
Okay, so I think not voting Brooklyn off is the biggest mistake. Because what I'm thinking is you want to obviously be in the final 2.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person you could beat. I really do think that, because Talie came up to me straight up and said she wants Joe to win, and not because of the skill, but you need to remember that hearts and sympathies are involved in this, and his eye situation, just his personality, he's also a really big physical threat, and he's also a big social threat.
Okay, I'll vote. Oh, I feel terrible.
It's gonna be terrible either way. I just I don't know. I've explained it the simplest I could, and it feels better for me just because it's gonna suck. Literally, no matter who we vote, it's gonna feel horrible. But I just think it makes the most sense to get out the person who's obviously meant to be the winner, if that makes sense.
I'm so sorry, and I feel terrible. This is just one of the hardest things I want to do is especially is to flip flop and play with your emotions. That's the last thing I would do. But after speaking with Joe and Simran, I'm gonna stick to my gut feeling and vote you out tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Brooklyn brings up a lot of good points about bringing Simran, and I've personally kind of been conflicted between Simran and Brooklyn, because Brooklyn brings up great points of how Simran is a social and a physical threat, and I know that Lauren wanted to get Simran out because she thought of her as a social and a physical threat. Ultimately, the best situation is if Joe and I are at the final 2. Maybe I do bring Brooklyn. Oh.
Now welcoming in our jury, Preston, Ryan, Kody, Talie, and Lauren voted out at the last tribal council. Final 4, congratulations for getting this far in the game. Last tribal council, you voted out Lauren unanimously. When you got back to camp, what was the vibe like?
Go ahead.
I immediately knew that I was on the chopping block, and they were very gracious and openly said that, which I appreciated, instead of just being secretive about it.
For you 3, is that true? Was it pretty obvious to you guys and to Bailey that she would be the one going out next?
I told her that to her face. I thought, at this point we've gotten this far together, we owe each other the courtesy of, at least being honest where we can.
Simran, so how difficult of a decision is it for you 3 to decide who amongst yourselves you're going to vote for?
It really isn't our decision. I think we kind of all equally respect each other enough that we don't want to ploy or plot anything. So we were kind of just we had a system set up we're each going to talk to Bailey individually, see where her head's at, and then just go with her vote, because that's kind of just the fairest way to do it, because she won fair and square. She pulled out that win. It was really impressive, and so she kind of just gets to choose what she thinks is best for her personal game.
So Bailey wins immunity, and you then allow her to select whoever she wants to vote out?
Yeah, in this case.
Brooklyn, what if that person is you, or Simran, or Joe? What if that person is you? Would you still just go along with it?
It's hard. I don't think you can expect someone to do that. And, this is a game, and I think everyone, everyone wants to win, and everyone's going to do what they can to win the game. We just wanted to give each other the fairest chance and make it, the least brutal it could be. Because it's going to be bad no matter what.
Bailey, how do you make the decision on who you want to vote for?
I'm obviously on the outside, so I obviously have to vote the person that I think is the biggest threat to my game, which was really hard. And it was really emotional. I thought I would like cry a few times because like the last thing I want to do is like hurt someone's feelings or like have them take the vote personally, which I mean, like, you could argue how could they not take it personally, but like it's not my intention to like, you know, be this villain type person of like playing with people's feelings and like tearing them apart, but like it's, yeah.
So in the final three, one person wins immunity and they effectively choose someone to take with them to the final two. Does that add another element of determining who to vote out, where you have to consider who might win that final challenge?
I mean, I've lost like all of the immunity challenges, and like I pulled it out today, but there's no guarantee I can do that next time, so they could always like just flip and take each other to the end.
Bailey, are you decided on who you're voting for?
Yeah.
Brooklyn, what about you? You know who's going home? Who is it? Why do you say that?
Because she literally
So it seems like it was a very open discussion back at camp about who's going home. And everyone just kind of agrees with it?
I mean, no, but there's nothing I can do.
It honestly sucks to be in this position. Like, they've been so close, and like to put like people that you've worked with and like built these relationships with against each other is like, it's really hard to watch, and like I would never like want to be that person.
Brooklyn, if you're convinced that you are the person going home at this tribal council, why don't you give Bailey and Simran and Joe one last pitch for why it shouldn't be you or why it should be somebody else going home?
I mean, I told Bailey this earlier. I'm not the only threat in this game. There is another player in this game who's kind of using me as a shield, as a threat, because I'm just really a physical threat. I'm not very much of a social threat. I've only been tight with these two, and the other person, they're a physical threat and they're a social threat. So like when you take that into account, like who's really gonna win in the end? Because I don't think it would be me.
Well, soon we will see who wins, and even sooner we will see who's going to be going home next. Joe, you're up.
I feel like to play the game is to try and get yourself into the final two, and I feel like this is how I do it.
This is the last thing I would want to do. I think you could be any one of us. You played a great game. If it's not you, I hope it's me. Like, I don't know. It's hard either way.
I hope someone decides to flip, otherwise I'm
I'll go tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Brooklyn. Second vote, Brooklyn. That's 2 votes, Brooklyn. Third vote, Simran. That's 2 votes, Brooklyn. 1 vote, Simran. 1 vote left. The 10th person voted out of Survivor Oregon and the 6th member of our jury, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, please bring me your torch. Brooklyn, the tribe is spoken. Time for you to go. Well, the Casaya 3 are no more, but you are the final 3. Grab your torches and head on back to camp to prepare for your final immunity challenge.
I know I played a good game, but I knew right when I lost that immunity challenge that I was gonna be done for. And it did hurt that she went back and forth, but it was her decision at the end of the day. So I was definitely gonna beat all 3 of them. So it was smart of them to finally get rid of me.
I feel horrible. Me too. Like, I feel like anyone in my situation would feel horrible. I'm not saying like pity me or something like anything like that, but like that was a really hard. Yeah, it was for everyone involved. Like that was really emotional. I ultimately voted Brooklyn because I knew that if she made it, that the jury would vote for her to win.
Yeah, we were all so close. It was definitely by far the hardest decision we've had to make. And I think we all just had to remember that there's a sole survivor. It's not a team competition.
Yeah.
And that sucks. It really, really, really sucks. But I think we're just trying to move forward from this point.
Final 3, welcome. Are you ready to get to our final immunity challenge? First things first, Bailey, gotta give it back. Thank you so much. Individual immunity is back up for grabs for the last time. For today's challenge, you are going to be standing on a plank holding a bucket of water above your head. The goal is to not let your arm or the bucket drop. Last person standing wins immunity. They guarantee themselves a spot in the final 2 and the opportunity to plead their case to the jury. In addition, in winning immunity, they get to choose who will come with them to the final 2. We have a storm about to begin here. Perfect setting for our final challenge. You ready to get started? All right, let's go. Bailey, Joe, Simran, best of luck. Step onto your planks, raise your bucket above your head. This is a test of endurance and willpower. Last person standing wins immunity, guarantees themselves a spot in the final 2. They get to plead their case to the jury, try to convince them why they deserve the title of sole survivor. The rain does not make this challenge easy. Makes your footing slippery, adds more weight to the bucket. Simran looking strong. Bailey looking strong. Joe's bucket tilting back a little bit. He's starting to shake. How badly do you want it? Joe is starting to move. His arm's starting to bend. Bucket's starting to fall. Can he stay in there? Simran's bucket's starting to move to the side. Bailey looking strong. Joe looking at the ground. Legs, body, hand, arm, all shaking.
I'd not think I would tremble like this, but
Joe's talking. I don't know if that means he's doing well
that
or
means
if
I'm
he's struggling and trying to distract himself.
Oh, is that a good idea? Maybe I should start doing that. How's your day, Hunter?
Now Simran's starting to talk
I
as
think,
well.
the rain, this is the thing. The rain is kind of unfortunate because it's adding a little bit of weight, and I'm already kind of sad because of last tribal. But like, I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to risk having a spine disorder because I'm bending so weirdly for this. So like, we'll see how this goes. That's a really nice post in the back. I like brown. This is a really nice property. This is actually working really well, so I have to keep talking. I really like the trees. I'm vegan, so like don't blame me for like that one challenge I tapped out of. Like I swear I'm trying really hard, but like it's just not in me, you know? Like I just can't do that mentally. Hey, you never said this is against the rules, so don't you laugh at me, okay? He's laughing. Jeff Probst is laughing, but like he can't be laughing. This is actually like pretty sick. I like this umbrellas. I'm glad to see that you guys were prepared. I'm not a big fan. Actually, no, I like beans. I just never eat black beans. Usually I'm more of like a chickpea cow or like garbanzo beans.
Joe almost loses his balance.
That's kind of like my vibe. If
Simran's
I go to
just
Chipotle, I
still
get pinto.
going on.
I just don't like black beans. So like the fact that you gave me black beans is actually
Seems like
kind
it's
of
working
nice.
for her.
Because like now when I go to other places, I can just like ignore them. Like I never liked black beans before. Like if I go to Chipotle, for example, and I get a bowl, I'm gonna get all the basics. Like rice, you did not ruin rice for me. No one can ruin rice for me. It is a staple of all of my meals, including breakfast. I love rice. Isn't it weird how we like don't like pretty flowers because they're called weeds, but like they're so pretty. Like we all love roses because they're beautiful, but I think daisies and dandelions are absolutely beautiful, and we treat them like weeds. Like what does that say about society really now? I'm not a big fan of bell peppers, that is all I'm saying, because like death is scary, but like it's also inevitable. And like with this whole like fire is your life to this game thing, I think it's a really relevant conversation topic. And then my best friend Sarah, hi Sarah, I'm shouting you out. You never know when you're gonna get like scouted to be a model, and I want them to see that I have some jewelry. Like I'm always a little bit bedazzled. I also want to live in the Arctic, which is why I'm going to Minnesota, because it's gonna be super cold, and like I need to prep for the cold if that's how I'm gonna do good.
You want to live in the Arctic?
I want to live in the Arctic because I love the polar bears and they're gonna all die soon, and so I just want to experience some time with them while I still can.
honestly, they'll
You know?
probably die before.
I mean, they're gonna die before, but you don't have to remind me, Joe, because I'm trying to stay positive up here when my arm is like this. Birds that can't fly, like you're pretty useless. Like, god damn it, come on, get something right. Anyway, so
You know
I
what?
like polar bears.
Penguins. Are
Penguins,
amazing.
you cannot argue with me on penguins
I will
because
not
they're
stand
stupid
here and watch
and
you
they can't
slander
fly.
penguins.
Sure, they have blubber.
Joe is starting
sure,
to
they
fall
can.
over
Sure,
in
they
an
can
argument
swim
about
really
penguins.
Cool. I
If
will say
I
the
get
Happy Feet,
eliminated
has anyone here
defending
seen Happy
penguins,
Feet? Because Happy
I
Feet
get
is one of
eliminated
the
defending
weirdest.
penguins.
Happy Feet is one of the weirdest movies I have ever seen in my entire life. When people try to come at me with a blended banana that has been frozen previously and try to tell me it's ice cream, I get like physically offended. Like I feel like I was been slapped in the face.
I
But,
think
like,
it's just a throat feel. Like,
the throat
it's
feel, that is
cold.
nasty.
Yeah.
Do not say throat feel in front of me. Oh my god. We are
Throat
ladies,
feel,
Joe.
throat feel,
Shut
throat
up.
feel.
Anyway.
We've been up here for 20
Well, for human beings, not for like me. I'm only 18. I'm technically an adult. That was really scary, like
No,
turning
but, like,
18
human
because I could be
beings, like,
incarcerated in in-person jail.
$100,000.
And like I would prefer juvie. Or would I prefer juvie? Do you know what's really Actually, can you bleep that out? I don't want my parents to know that I say the S word. Yeah, well, I'm not very happy with capitalism. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a communist. Oh my god, don't get me started on this. My point is that I don't work out. You know, I work at a gym, but I don't work out. They gave us a free membership, and I've literally gone there 3 times, I think. I'm not just rambling. There's a point to the story. This is getting really hard.
Simran's struggling. Her bucket's starting to fall to the side.
I don't need you
After
to
a
retell.
long
I know it's your
time of
job.
talking.
I don't need you to retell every single thing. I'm not going to drop until my arm literally gives out. I hope you realize that.
Simran looks like her arm is twisted
I
around
think my arm
180 degrees.
In a
Simran
regu- Well,
drops her bucket
I think I might pass out.
out of
in
the
a regular
challenge.
week, I speak like
No
less
chance
words
at
than
immunity.
you. Yeah.
Shut up.
Now this challenge is down to 2 people, Bailey and Joe.
I'm going crazy out here. Help. Send help.
Simran's still rolling around on the ground.
She's kind of being distracting, but like that's part of the game too.
If I'm distracting, I'm distracting both of you, so you're welcome. Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You know what? Let the snakes get me.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Survivor Oregon.
He's a baddie.
Yeah.
Look at that crop top.
If you want to get this look, just like, you know, put your arm in the air for half an hour, expose your belly, open rain jacket, you know, it's a damn look.
Joe and Bailey still holding their buckets in the air. Bailey seeing if she can redeem herself from falling out immediately during the first challenge of the merge.
She definitely has redeemed herself immensely. I mean, my mind splits or my arm splits. Which
I think
one?
your arm should split.
Joe, how you feeling?
I taste salt.
Bailey, how about you?
I just want to keep doing it. Like, honestly, just to prove it to myself. Because I feel like I've just been like underestimated, so I just want to prove it to myself at this point. And I like know that I can do it if I stay strong.
I think both of us could go for an hour.
I will go for it.
I think my parents can be very proud of me. For the first time, honestly, they'll be proud. So like, that's something to look forward to. You better air this. I want my parents to be proud of me. Thank you. But like, I also lost, so they're gonna hate me, but it's okay.
Oh, second drip of sweat down the butt cheeks, down the crack. So, yeah.
And up, 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 up. In, out, in, out. Come on, guys, I know you can keep going. Let's keep going.
We are at the 40-minute mark.
They're my favorite vegetable.
I love cherry tomatoes, you know?
Those are good. A lot of people don't like tomatoes.
Like the sweet cherry tomatoes.
Joe and Bailey still pushing. Only one person can win immunity.
You know, I lost 15 pounds in college, and it was like all muscle. Like I swear I got fatter and lost 15 pounds. What a good look. But, you know,
Bailey still standing strong.
high schoolers stay in sports.
Joe's feet are in a funky position.
My feet are always in a funky position, Hunter. This is how I run, remember?
If you guys were to win, would you know who you'd be taking with you to the final two?
I think us two. I don't know. I'm not just saying that because I want you to put it down. Like, I'm really, that's what I think. But you don't have to comment. Save your energy.
Joe and Bailey, we are at 45 minutes.
Joe, I don't know if I can make it that much longer, if I'm gonna be
Me
honest.
neither. What's your favorite movie?
Probably Black Panther.
Joe and Bailey
Oh, Black-
both say they're struggling.
I didn't like it that much when I saw it in theaters. I think I was just distracted.
Bailey falls out of the challenge. Joe wins final immunity.
I'm never gonna feel my hand again.
After nearly an hour,
I can't hug you. Ugh.
Good job, Simran.
Good job, Joe.
Good job, Bailey.
Can you feel your arm yet?
No, I literally,
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm.
Joe, congratulations, come on up. Get immunity for the last time. Joe guarantees himself a spot in the final two and the chance to plead his case to the jury. In addition, he will get to choose who is coming with him and facing the jury alongside him. Joe, you have a tough decision ahead of you. Head on back to camp, go get ready. Simran, Bailey, when you guys are ready, head on out with him.
Basically, it means I lost my mind. My mind is still gone. I think I'm getting hypothermia. I think I've lost all use of my dominant hand, but like that's unnecessary. Still reeling from the effects. Worst thing I've ever had to do, probably. So yeah, I mean, it sucks that I didn't win, obviously, but like, there's no way I could have possibly won. So I did the best I could. I tried really hard. It's fine.
The challenge is hard. I like really tried my best at it. I just was talking to myself in my head, and I just didn't think blacking out was worth it, so I like gave up. But I mean, it's hard to lose because I knew that Simran and Joe could flip on me and just stay together and then go to the end. So I was obviously like disappointed, but I'm proud of how far I got.
Like, I don't know, 'cause you know where I stand with you.
Yeah, it's just it's a harder decision than I wanted to make. Like 2 eliminations in a row.
I mean, if you take Simran, exactly what Simran said, it's like, or maybe you said it, I can't remember, but it's like, they're gonna look at it as both of you played like very close games, exactly, but Simran's name came up more because she is a strategic and
Well, that was
physical
also
threat.
before this happened. And like, as of now, you've proven yourself to be a much better physical threat than me. Like, you've won more challenges than me.
So they were both really persuasive, and I had them go back and forth so that I could get their like rebuttals to each other's arguments, because I thought that would be the best way to come to a logical conclusion.
And I'm not I know Bailey said this too, but like, you've heard your name, I've heard your name, and I wanted to vote you, and I know both of them would want to vote you, and like, I don't know, I just feel like this isn't just me like trying to be like, oh my god, I'm so annoying, but like, you are very like, I don't know, I just like, you're a good guy, like, I don't know why they wouldn't vote for you. You know, like, especially when it comes to between the two of us, because like, you've stayed loyal, that's very respectable, and while staying loyal, that has shown benefits in your strategic plays. Like, we had a solid allies. I keep like thinking of the fact that like Bailey's just made such smart moves. Like,
I honestly think Joe should take me because there's no guarantee that the original Solana tribe is going to vote for me just because we were on the same tribe. Because if I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I was one of the leaders in most of the like blind sides on the like bigger players, whereas Simran, they played a close game, but I know that some of the original Solana tribe on the jury want Simran to win, so I feel like the best bet would be for me, or for Joe to take me. I know that they're not like the happiest with me. You know, I kind of almost feel like they might, like, if you take me to the final 2, they might just like vote you, or I think they'll vote you, but I don't think they'll vote me because of how like, I don't know, just like irritated they are at me. And I've telling you, like, honestly, how many times Simran's name have come up of, I think she's going to win. I mean, I've heard it, like, out of, I think, Talie's mouth, exactly, Brooklyn, like, Brooklyn is telling me how big of, like, a social and physical threat
that was also just Brooklyn
was.
wanting to get me out, though.
I really hope Joe takes me just because we had already established we were going to be the final 2, and if he does pick Bailey, I don't know, she's just played such a strong game and such a strategic game, like, props to her. I hope they both do really well. Right now, just where I'm standing from, I don't think he's gonna pick me, just because Bailey's been very convinced. Oh my god, Bailey's been very convincing, and I feel like because we know each other so well, I don't know why he wouldn't, because I really do think it's logical just to pick me just because we've played the same game and he's a lot more likable, so I just, like, we literally play the same strategic game and he's more likable, and that's genuinely why I think he should pick me, because I do think he has a better chance, and I just don't trust the other tribe and what Bailey's relationship with them is, because it's just a mystery to both of us. So it's really his decision, and I'll trust whatever he does. Like, it's not going to be personal at all, and I know that. I'm really glad it was him that won that challenge.
Yeah, I think I got the gist of your arguments. I'm just kind of like mulling them over.
I know, you're in a tough spot.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I know you too.
Yeah.
So Simran and I were very similar players. We've been allied the whole time. So there's not that much differentiation between us. So I think they could easily go either way, and it might reflect negatively on me if I choose her.
I just like, there's no guarantee that the original Solana is gonna vote for me. And you guys played very similar games, but I know that jury members are gonna be more inclined to vote Simran.
Bailey, it seems like for the most part we kept her around because she was like the person we found to be least threatening, but I just don't know how far those ties run between the original Solana tribe.
I'll respect any decision, and I get what kind of position you're in. Yeah. I think I could beat Joe at the end. I feel bad though because I've kind of been downplaying all of my moves to him in my argument on why he should take me. So like if he took me, I would have to just kind of like flex a little, or like obviously, but yeah, I feel like I could beat him. I don't know. Joe is such a nice guy, so who knows?
I like really want him to take me, but I think he's gonna take you.
I think he's gonna take you because he has a stronger alliance.
I know, but
And if he takes you, you're gonna win.
I don't think I'm not even like saying this because I mean obviously I want to go on and I would love to win, but if he does take me, it's not for sure in any way, shape, or mean. Like he won more challenges than me. I've heard his name come up. I genuinely do not think I could beat Joe. I think he's had the best journey in the show. I think he's had to overcome the most. He's literally been to, like, just like me, he's had to been to every tribal council except for one. And then he's also had like so many like just physical barriers that other people haven't had to deal with. Like the whole thing with his eyes, he handled that so well and so gracefully. I really don't think I could beat him if it comes down to it.
So I think you say that, but I don't think you recognize how big of a threat you were in the game. Like again, I'm not even, I could keep repeating it, but because it's true. Like I've just heard multiple times that people want you to win.
I just don't get why that would be the case though.
Because you've played a social and a physical threat.
I don't know, but I think
you still made it. That's the thing, and you got the people that you wanted out.
I'm keeping my mind open. Like, I had sold myself on Bailey, but also I wanted to do this confessional so I could talk out loud and see how my ideas sound, because like I've only heard their arguments in their own voices, you know? So I think this has made me question that decision further. I don't feel that equipped to make this decision, but that's fine. I'd rather make the decision than have it be made for me, I guess.
And now welcoming in our jury, Preston, Ryan, Kody, Talie, Lauren, and Brooklyn voted off at the last tribal council. Simran, Joe, Bailey, congratulations for making it this far. Can you guys tell me how things were like back at camp after voting Brooklyn out?
I'm sorry. Like for me, I think that's the worst I felt thus far in the game. Like, I don't know, it just took a really big toll because it's nothing that any of us wanted to do, and kind of just a move that, like for me personally, like a move I had to make because I didn't really have any other viable option, but it felt really bad, and I know the dynamic was definitely a lot different. And not even like just with us two, like but with Bailey too, I know it was hard on her, and so it was kind of just like a sombering experience overall.
I felt terrible after that vote. I mean, like, I feel like anyone in my position would feel bad because you're splitting up three people that have been with each other, like, since the beginning, and it was obvious that they had such a close relationship.
So you guys get to the next immunity challenge, and it is a battle of willpower. You're holding a bucket of water above your head, and the goal is to be the last person standing. And during this challenge, a lot of wacky and intense things happen. Simran, do you want to talk about your experience in this challenge?
I think I lost my mind during, like actually lost my mind during that challenge, and I have yet to regain feeling in my arm. So that's me.
Bailey, for almost the entire challenge, you didn't even move at all. You were standing there super strong. And then at around 47 minutes, almost an entire hour, you finally dropped. What happened?
My arms, or my arm just like lost complete feeling. And then so did my feet. And I was afraid that I was about to black out from the loss of just blood flow. And Joe saved himself so many times. And I knew that he could keep going, and I had to drop.
Joe, throughout the challenge, you were really wobbly. Your bucket was kind of moving all over the place, but you were able to pull out the win. How difficult was the challenge for you, and how does it make you feel that you have won and are immune and get to choose who to sit next to?
Obviously, it felt good to win. I haven't really won anything except a reward challenge, but having to make the decision between them is just so difficult, and seeing how hard they push, you can see both of them pushed so hard, they gave it 190%, and it's just sad to have to be the one to let one of them go.
So, before Joe goes and casts his vote, Bailey and Simran, I'm going to give you one last chance to plead your case to Joe for why he should take you to the end. Bailey?
To be honest, throughout most of the game, at least until the merge, Simran's name came up multiple times, and if you look at the votes, her name came up because she's that big of a social and physical threat. I mean, it's, again, no secret and obvious that I was not that big of a physical threat until the very end. And I had to push myself, but Simran was at puzzles and at physical challenges, she was a strong competitor. But I think it's also important to recognize that, yeah, most of the jury is filled with the Solana tribe, but that's no guarantee that that vote is going to go towards me, which I think is one of the biggest, arguments could be made on why you should not take me, but there's no guarantee that they'll take me.
Simran?
I just want to say, it's been so great. We've been on the same tribe since day one, and I don't know, I just had a really good time. We've played basically, since we've been allies from the beginning, our strategy has been very similar, and I feel just thinking about how much I admire you, this whole situation with your eyes and how you're able to handle that so gracefully and come back from it, and just the presence you have on camp, it's just so much fun and been so great to be around. I can't imagine the jury members not wanting to vote for you, especially since we did have the same strategy. But loyalty has gotten us to this point, and I just no matter what you choose, it's been really fun.
All right, so here's how this is going to work. Joe is immune, he cannot receive votes. Bailey and Simran, you can only vote for each other, so your votes cancel each other out, which means Joe is going to cast a single vote to decide who is going to become the last member of the jury. Joe, head on out.
I'm really sorry. I just think this is the best move for me.
I'll go get the vote. I will read the vote. The 11th person voted out of Survivor Oregon, and the 7th and final member of our jury, Simran. Simran, please bring me your torch. Simran, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Joe and Bailey, congratulations. You have made it as far as you can in this game, and now the power shifts over into the hands of the jury. 7 people who you had a hand in voting out will now decide your fate. In just a little bit, you will have your chance to plead your case to the jury for why you deserve to win the title of sole survivor. Grab your torches, head on out. We'll see you in a bit.
Honestly, am I sad to be going home? Yes, who wouldn't be? But I'm really, really happy with the final 2. Like, I have no hard feelings towards either of them. I just really love them as people, and I thought they're great players. And it's sad to see myself go, because like everyone wants to win. But if I can't win, I'm glad it's one of them doing it.
Joe and Bailey, welcome to your final tribal council. Now, the power in this game has turned to the jury. 7 people who you had a hand in voting out will now decide your fate and ultimately vote for one of you two to be the winner of Survivor Oregon. In just a moment, you are going to have a chance to give opening statements, followed by questions from each of the jury members who you have voted out. Joe, you can go first.
Honestly, I didn't think I would get here. We started on a 6-person tribe. We had a pretty vicious losing streak. We're the minority. We're only a third during the merge, my tribe was, and I gave it my all, mentally, physically. I'm pretty exhausted. Yeah. This is Survivor. We survived, yeah.
Bailey?
Most of the jury is Solana tribe, so I feel like you've been able to have like a first-hand experience of like seeing me play the game, and I was not a physical threat throughout the game. It was obvious. I mean, in the first immunity challenge I was out in 2 seconds, but I was still able to get myself in the final 2, which I think is something to recognize. And I think another thing to recognize is that I only had my name written down once, but I feel like I was able to vote in big votes. Like, I was able to be a part of those type of votes and still maintain kind of a low-key, I guess, status with only 1 vote.
All right, now one at a time, the jury members are going to come up here and ask you a question. When they are satisfied, they feel like they have been given an adequate answer, they will sit back down and the next person will come up. Preston, you're up first.
This is a question for both Joe and Bailey. I'm curious on how you guys feel making it to the final 2 by doing nothing but follow.
I don't think that we did nothing but follow. I mean, you can say that, and that's fine, but we strategically did what was best for us, and I think just because we didn't try and pioneer any moves that were risky for us, that would have potentially gotten us out, I don't think that's anything to be ashamed of. I think that's fine. We played the game. I think we both played the game well.
I think there's times when you have to choose to be a leader or a follower, especially in this game of like securing your spot, because I mean overall it is an individual game, and I chose my times to be a leader and a follower wisely.
That's all I need.
Okay.
Now that we're so close to the end, there is a reward for the winner. And this is for both of you guys. What do you guys plan on doing with the prize money?
Honestly, probably gonna put it in savings. I don't have any big plans. Maybe pay for books come next quarter. I'm sorry, it's probably pretty boring, but yeah.
That's just a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same. Like I'm going into college, and college is very expensive, so that's what I will be using it towards.
This is a question for both of you guys. Based off of the way that we all played the game after the merge, who from the jury do you think deserves to be up there more than you?
I don't want to sound like I'm kissing your ass, but you were the strongest player, I think, out of the whole game, and that's why your tribe chose to vote you out, and why I chose to vote you out. I could put up a bunch of names. I mean, I think there was a lot of luck involved, and there are a lot of people who are really deserving. Your name is the first to come to mind. But
Yeah, I was gonna say your name as well. That tribal was really nerve-wracking, but you were such a big threat socially and physically, and you were very good at puzzles. But like everyone loved you.
Okay, so then I guess just real quick, Joe, if you think that I should have been up there possibly instead of you, why did, when we talked about voting Talie during the reward challenge, you instantly flipped to me when it got suggested?
I don't think it was instant, but I thought you and Talie were the two of the biggest threats at the time, and I thought you were the bigger threat. I thought, like, you had the social aspect going for you, like, you're everyone's favorite.
Fair, thank you.
First of all, Bailey, I trusted you 100%. I was never gonna betray you the whole game. Like, I was genuinely honest with that. So it really did hurt when you betrayed me. I understand why, like, no hard feelings, but I really, really trusted you.
I was a follower for that vote, and your name had never come up into my mind until like during tribal, as I was about to go vote. And like, I'll be honest, and there's so much of me saying this, I was like, that was a really hard vote for me because we were allies, like we were really close in the game, and like I almost started crying because I was like so stressed out, and like I knew by putting your name down I was like betraying you. But at that point, like, because I had a feeling that they had an idol, I knew that like it was going to be you, and I was like, okay, if it's going to be Talie at this point, I need to like just like survive. But yeah, that I genuinely felt bad for that vote.
For all your moves, did you like have like a planned strategy, or were you just kind of like bullshitting your way through everything?
I think my strategy was in conduct to try and be as respectful as possible and try to lie as little as possible. I know I wasn't, like, you're not going to play the game and just be completely forthcoming, because that's not how the game is played, but I just tried to kind of respect people's feelings, not unnecessarily toy with people's emotions, and just try and get to know everyone, because I didn't know where alliances were going, so I did try and forge a lot of alliances, but I don't think I really planned on screwing anyone over. I just was looking for options.
So this question is for Joe. So this is in reference to your alliance with Brooklyn and Simran. And there were a few things that happened that I was just curious as to why you kept that going for so long when it didn't seem like it was in your best interest, like they were going more towards each other than you. For instance, they used the idol to protect Simran and not you, and then in the challenge where we were writing down the numbers for the counting one, they showed each other their boards and left you kind of out of that. So I was just wondering what your thoughts were on that, if it ever crossed your mind to break off.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything has to cross your mind. I think the reason we were so close, we went through so much, we went through so many eliminations together, and there were times that, yes, I did feel like they were getting closer, but I thought my best chance at making it this far, or making it to the final 3, was to stick with them.
My question's for Joe. All throughout this game, you've said that we would make it to final 2 together, and that we were the closest together, and that we would like do anything for each other and save each other. But yet, when it came to my vote today, you wouldn't even consider the thought of at least trying to get to a tie and see if Bailey would switch to us and get Simran out. So I just want to know why, at the time, you just wouldn't make the move to try and save what I thought was your biggest ally.
Yeah, I thought we were huge allies, and I think we were really close the whole time. I didn't think Bailey would switch, and I thought, like, thinking about my chances as just like an individual player, I thought it would like put me in a really bad place going into the final 3 if I kind of went against both of them and you still got voted out.
I would just like to start out by saying, like, congratulations, you guys. You made it to the final 2, and obviously that means you both played incredible games, which I do really think, like, I'm really proud of you. And so my question is kind of just more towards Bailey, because I was playing the game next to Joe the entire time. I got to see Joe's strategy firsthand because we were on the same tribe together. Just because I didn't get as much of an opportunity to play with you, what are some of the moves that you made that you're most proud of and think you deserve to win because of?
I think in the very beginning, I was nervous because it felt like in the Solana tribe, I was on the outs immediately because I wasn't able to make those social connections, but then I was able to make them. I feel like, but Kody especially, that was, I feel like Talie and I did a really good job of kind of instigating that vote and going through it. And I think my biggest strengths was having those alliances and then to my best ability going through on them and like building relationships.
Congratulations again, you guys. Good job.
Joe and Bailey, you will now have about 30 seconds each to give one final pitch to the jury for why you deserve to win. Bailey, you will start this time.
I feel like because most of the jury is Solana tribe, you can like again see how I progressed as a player, and we were in the majority, but I was in the minority, and then able to pull myself like back up and win immunity. But like I feel like, and also only getting one vote, I feel like that kind of shows my strength of kind of choosing when to be a leader, choosing when to be a follower, and recognizing what the best moves would like be for me in order to get to final 3, final 2, or just to the next vote. So
Joe?
Yeah, I think similarly, the leader-follower kind of dynamic was pretty strategic, and I think, like, given how short we've spent out here, I feel like I've grown so much, just doing things that I never really thought I could. Like, in that last challenge, we really bent our willpower to the edge of what it could take, forging alliances. I don't know. I feel proud of Bailey, and I feel proud of myself, and that's all. Good. Thanks.
Thank you too. Now it is time for the jury to vote. Remember, jury, you are voting for a winner. The name that you put down on the parchment is the name of the person that you want to win the game. Preston, you're up first.
I just think they had pretty similar strategies, but Joe being able to come down from a tribe that came in with a huge numbers disadvantage, slumming out and having the guts to vote his own members to win is my vote.
This was really tough. This was a very last minute decision. I just kept going back and forth the whole time I was down there. But Bailey, you have my vote, you're allies, and you're the one person I have my full trust in. I'm gonna keep that, okay? You deserve this, girl. Love you, no hard feelings.
honestly couldn't think of two more deserving people to like win this game. Either way, I think it's going to be a really deserving winner, and I don't know, after the questions tonight, I feel like they both answered them really well, and so it kind of just came down to whose gameplay I saw the most, and so this is my vote, but they both deserve it.
I will go tally the votes. All right, final two. Before I read the votes, I would just like to say congratulations to both of you. You have worked very hard to get to this point, and now it is time to announce the winner. Remember, the votes in this urn are for a winner. You want to see your name. 7 jurors, 4 votes to win. I will read the votes. First vote, Joe. Second vote, Joe. It's 2 votes, Joe. Third vote, Bailey. That's 2 votes, Joe. 1 vote, Bailey. Fourth vote, Joe. That's 3 votes, Joe. 1 vote, Bailey. The winner of Survivor Oregon, Joe. Joe, congratulations.
This was an amazing experience, like so many friends, so many amazing people, and me and Bailey, I'm like so proud of us for that last challenge, 47 minutes. I did not think that I would be doing that. Like, I think we just proved to ourselves our mental strength, and it was pretty amazing.
It was hard at some times, especially that last challenge with the rain and everything, but overall it was a really fun experience, and through the misery, it's also fun, and I'm glad I got to experience it with all these people.